With the incredible action we've just seen, JJ, there's more still to come. The Tag Team Championship is up next.
Craig Hunter, the Devil's Reject, Shawn, Tempers, and Azrael are going to attempt to wrestle those tag team titles away from not just the longest reigning Anarchy tag team champions of all time, they are the longest reigning champions of any kind in the history of NWA Anarchy. Of course, we're talking about the Awesome Attraction, Austin Creed and Hayden Young.
It is an incredibly harsh test ahead of our tag team champions, and it is next on Seasons Beatings.
It was truly a magnificent solstice and holiday for the Devil's Rejects, all in preparation for tonight, which when it's all said and done, may be the most important night we've had all year. We made the long sojourn to the cave of Euronymous, and there we partook in the ancient rituals. We smoked the toenails and hair of the wise men for knowledge and power. We ate the eyes of the wise men for sight of the future. And what that future and prophecy forecasted was a dark age to be cast upon NWA Anarchy. And it all starts tonight. First, with the best team that's ever been. Azrael and Shawn Tempers, my covenant. They go toe-to-toe with the team that has dominated Anarchy for almost a year. They say they're the longest reigning champs of all time. They say they're the superstars. But what we do is crush dreams. And we'll grab your dreams, Awesome Attraction, by the throat as Azrael and Shawn Tempers leave Anarchy Tag Team Champions. And Patrick, oh Patrick, my child, you've put up with a lot from Slim J over the past several months. You've given, he's given, but in the end, he's still breathing. He's still a thorn in your side. And Slim J, Patrick Bentley enters that cage tonight, a wounded and beaten pit bull. And when you back him into the corner, the only instinct that will kick in is his survival instinct. So while you're locked up in a cage like the thug and hooligan you are, Patrick Bentley will give you the ultimate punishment, and you'll begin 2008 in a hospital bed. And then, the biggest match in Anarchy history, as they've said, literally and figuratively. You've got Michael Judas proving himself a monster, and you've got Phil Shatter, and he is the Universal Soldier. Yes, Iceberg. He is the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. But one thing that he is not, and people throw this word around very loosely, but he is not a legend in this building like the Iceberg. Judas Shatter, when you were nobodies, he was selling this building out. And tonight, he will take the Anarchy Heavyweight Championship, putting the crown jewel in our scepter of dominance as the Lords of Chaos reign. The Dark Age, it is beginning. I can feel the cold wind blowing down my back. I can feel the heavy densation of the sky. And it's all telling me one thing. Nobody in NWA Anarchy will get presents for Christmas this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the NWA Anarchy Tag Team Championships. Your official is Ken Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challengers. Then into the ring, by the Reverend Dan Wilson, hailing from the compound. They weigh in this evening in a total combined weight of 471 pounds. The team of Azrael and Shawn Tempers, the Devil's Rejects.
The Anarchy Tag Team titles are about to be decided. The Reverend Dan Wilson leads members of his Devil's Rejects 2 times before they have held the Anarchy Tag Team titles. But they're going up against the longest reigning champions in Anarchy history.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring, hailing from Marietta, Georgia, weighing this evening in total combined weight of 420 pounds. They are your reigning and defending NWA Anarchy Tag Team Champions, Hayden Young and Austin Green, the Awesome Attraction.
For 8 months and 22 days, the Awesome Attraction have reigned as the Anarchy Tag Team Champions. They are the longest reigning champions of any kind in Anarchy history. And tonight, they have, quite possibly, their toughest test ahead of them. Not simply in the fact that it is the Devil's Rejects, Shawn Tempers and Azrael, as the Reverend puts it, the legacies of the Lost Boys and Pomp and Circumstance combined, but they have, and the Rejects not even waiting for the bell, they have the Devil's Rejects focused not necessarily on destruction, but on gold.
Greg Hunter, and that is something that could be dangerous because, as we said, both these men have been part of some of the most successful tag teams in the history of wrestling. And here tonight, collectively with the Devil's Rejects, looking to do something that only one other tag team has done, and that is to hold the Anarchy Tag Team Championship a 3rd time.
The only team to complete that task was the Urban Assault Squad. Right now, the tag team title belts being carried to ringside. Fake out, and over comes Hayden Young. Incredible agility displayed by the Attraction. Referee Ken Wallace assigned this tag team title contest the second of 2 title matches tonight at Seasons Meetings. Big arm drag. The match is now officially underway.
And Greg Hunter, if I'm not mistaken, Shawn Tempers has a chance to make history by himself altogether. Should he win the tag team titles, I believe this will be his 4th reign here in the NWA arena as a champion, which would tie Jeremy Vane for the television title reign of holding any championship 4 times.
It would make him a 4-time Anarchy Tag Team Champion. Right now, armbar by Awesome Austin Creed. The Awesome Attraction, arguably the most dominant tag team in Anarchy history. I mean, to hold the Anarchy Tag Team titles for nearly 9 months is an incredible feat in NWA Anarchy. It's an incredible feat anywhere, but in NWA Anarchy especially, as competitive as the tag team division is. And right now, the Attraction, Hayden Young, showing exactly why these 2 men have held gold for so long. 2 count, says referee Ken Wallace.
Well, Greg Hunter, you know, I'm not big fans of the Awesome Attraction. I don't like Austin Creed's stupid little haircut. I don't like Hayden Young and his little good looks and his little, you know, commercialized self. I don't like these guys, but the thing about it is they have defended these tag team titles not against some run-of-the-mill tag teams out there. They've taken them against some of the best tag teams Anarchy has to offer, and they've defended them successfully each and every time.
The Devil's Rejects asserting control. Tag in to the sleeper cell, Shawn Tempers. Big forearm across the back. Hayden Young trying to fire back, but delivering, or on the receiving end rather, of a handful of face, just driving the thumbs into the eyes of the attraction, is Shawn Tempers. Tempers pulls him to his feet. Big elbow, and down goes Hayden Young, tag in to the son of Satan.
Well, Greg Hunter, one thing that you can't do is you cannot take away, and you can't be distracted by the fact that these guys are only concentrating on gold, that being the Devil's Rejects. They're still very devious. They're still very sick and twisted individuals. So they will concentrate on trying to hurt you. But they're also concentrating on the gold. And to me, when you've got your focus doubled like that, that makes you even more dangerous than if you were just focusing on the gold.
Oh, by far. Not only are they focusing on collecting the championships here in NWA Anarchy, a stated goal of the Rejects and of Dan Wilson, but they are also willing to do literally anything to achieve those goals, whether it be legal or not in the world of professional wrestling or life in general. And right now, Hayden Young trying to fight out of this chin lock from Azrael. He gets back to his feet, elbow to the midsection, two breaks the hands, looks, good Lord, looks for a flying leg lariat, crashes and burns and skids out of the ring to the arena floor.
And Greg Hunter, you know the thing about it is this is just the beginning of the night for the Devil's Rejects. Besides this huge tag team title match, as we see Azrael has Austin Creed and Ken Wallace distracted, Shawn Tempers and Dan Wilson were going to work on Hayden Young outside the ring. As I was saying, this is just the beginning of the night for the Rejects. Not only do they have this shot at the tag team championships, they also have a shot for the Anarchy heavyweight champion in the form of Iceberg in the big three-way match coming up. But also in the main event tonight, Patrick Bentley takes on Slim J inside the confines of a steel cage.
It is certainly a full night for the Devil's Rejects. Tag, in comes the sleeper cell, Shawn Tempers. Tempers now putting the boots to Hayden Young, and now just choking the man. Hayden Young getting the wind cut off. Ken Wallace administering his count. The crowd rallying behind Hayden Young. Tempers charges right into a clothesline. Hayden Young springboards up and catches absolutely nothing.
Greg Hunter, sometimes when you go for those kind of high-risk maneuvers, that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you. That's why they're called high-risk maneuvers. It's showing the lack of intelligence from Hayden Young.
Well, going high risk has brought Hayden Young a great deal of success. He is a former television champion of the world, and for nearly 9 months, he has been one half of the Anarchy Tag Team Champions. Right now, he is in the wrong part of town. The Devil's Rejects have him back in their corner. Referee Ken Wallace administering the count. If he hits 5, it's a DQ. The champs would keep the titles. But right now, chops from the son of Satan and an elbow, a mirage of blows here from the son of Satan. And now, knee right to the side of the skull of the attraction, Hayden Young. Austin Creed trying to encourage his partner, but the Devil's Rejects very, very good at cutting off the ring. That is exactly what they have done. A throat slit chin lock here by Azrael.
Well, you know something, Greg Hunter? For years, that man at ringside watching on, Dan Wilson, then known as Dan the Dragon Wilson, sat in the very seat that you're sitting in right now and watched the action. He had a chance to analyze every move, every action, every nuance, every consistency of every superstar. Now, granted, Hayden Young and Austin Creed came after Dan Wilson stepped down from the booth, but he still knows tendencies. This man is intelligent and has instilled this in every one of his athletes in the Devil's Rejects.
Oh, right there, Hayden Young ducked, looked for a snap mare, And oh, good grief. Enziguri, that connected. Shawn Tempers' teamwork kept Azrael from being a victim of the snapmare, but it didn't keep Azrael from being a victim of an enziguri. And right now, Hayden Young is literally about 14 feet away from his corner. Azrael is less than 3. Tag, in comes the sleeper cell. Tag, and in comes some Austin Creed. Clotheslines for everybody. Big back elbow. Creed, clothesline. Down goes Azrael. Sends Tempers off. Reversal of the Irish whip. Clothesline ducked. Back elbow ducked. Austin Creed, spin wheel kick. Down goes the sleeper cell. Deep hook of the leg. And only a 2 count.
Well, Greg Hunter, the one thing is Austin Creed is well rested. He has all the energy in the world, but it doesn't matter how much energy you have. 5 fingers to the eyes will cut that off really quickly.
It certainly will. And now, forearms. Austin Creed looking for the tornado. DDT. He got it. Cover. Hook of the leg. And Azrael breaks that up. Knee to the side of the head. Down goes Creed. Hayden Young squares off with the son of Satan. Clothesline. And out goes Azrael.
And right now, it's Hayden Young and it's Austin. It's Hayden Young sitting tall. Austin Creed had his clock clean, but Hayden Young turned his back on Shawn Tempers and gets crotched for his troubles.
And right now, Austin Creed shoved to the outside to the ring apron. Double team here. Perhaps what in the world is going through these guys' minds? They are both up, both rejects up on the second rope. They have it. Good Lord.
Greg Hunter, that was a double choke slam from the second rope. Once again, these guys just innovative with their offense of the Devil's Rejects, and it's usually quite sickening.
Devil's Rejects, as much as I can't stand them, you can't take nothing away from them. And Austin Creed doing his best to fight them both off, and now doing pretty good at it, setting up for the Monte Fisto. They've got Austin Creed set up for the Hellhammer. They were going that way anyway. And Hayden Young tried to stop it. Crashes and burns. Monte Fisto inbound from Creed. Creed got caught in the back of the leg. Dan Wilson's got Ken Wallace this entire time. And oh, good Lord, the Hellhammer on Austin Creed. Hook of the leg. Oh, good grief.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, and the new NWA Anarchy.